Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to be recapping last night's Christmas Day slate of NBA games. Got 5 games on, of course, Christmas, big time of the year for the NBA. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, even if you don't celebrate Christmas. Hope you guys just had a good day. Sat back, got to watch some ball, spend time with the family, eat, do all the stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to recap last night's games. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. We're on the road to 500 subs. So if you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Link to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So we'll start the first game of last night. We have the Bucks and the Knicks. The Knicks end up winning this game 129-122. They got off to a good start. The Bucks did make it a comeback, but the Knicks close them out at the end. They go to 17-12. And the Bucks, they snap their 7-game win streak. They go to 22-8. Looking at team stats, the Knicks shot 54% from the field. The Bucks shot 47%. The Bucks actually hit more threes than the Knicks in this game as well. But the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, 38 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 15 for 28 from the field, which is absolutely dominating, especially early in this game. In the first quarter, he got off right to a hot start, kept it up for most of the game, then closed him out at the end as well. Yeah, just dominating. The Bucks did not have an answer on the perimeter for Jalen Brunson. He was doing whatever he wanted to out there, and only hitting 1 3. In this case, he was just working the interior, the mid-range, getting to the free throw line, also like that. He's been great. He's proven himself as he's the guy in New York. And he's making a good run for being a starter in the All-Star game at the guard position. It's a big conversation. You got Tyrese Halliburton in there. You got Tyrese Maxey has consideration. Donovan Mitchell could have consideration. Even a guy like Trae Young or someone like that. But Jalen Brunson, man, he's been absolutely amazing. Right now, he might have my vote for All-Star starter in the East. He's just been amazing. The Knicks have gotten a lot better. Right now, they're the number 6 seed in the East. They're playing a lot better, and Jalen Brunson has been the spearhead of that. Julius Randle, 24-9. He's been playing very well as well. After having a very rough start to the season, he's been picking up, I think they say he scored 20 or more in like 14 straight games, something like that. RJ Barrett also at 21-6, got off to a great start. Mayor quickly, 20 points off the bench. Isaiah Hartenstein at 11-8-4, and then Josh Hart at 10-9 off the bench. But yeah, the Knicks have been good. The Knicks have been good. Their three-point shooting has been pretty solid, even though it wasn't crazy last night. But yeah, Jalen Brunson has stepped it up. Julius Randle has been better. RJ has been very consistent this year. Of course, they got the bench guys like IQ, Josh Hart, and them doing their thing. Dante DiVincenzo starting now, and he's been playing pretty solid on both ends. So yeah, the Knicks, they're balling right now. From Milwaukee, Giannis had 32, 13, and 6 with 2 blocks. Dame had 32 and 8 assists. Chris Middleton had 24, 14 for Brook Lopez, and 12 and 9 for Bobby Portis off the bench. But yeah, Milwaukee, it's been no secret that their defense is not great, especially on the perimeter. Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley cannot guard. And every opposing guard that comes in and plays against Milwaukee always has a big night. Jalen Brunson was doing whatever he wanted. Malik Beasley and Dame couldn't even stand up to Jalen Brunson. And it also hurts that Malik Beasley didn't hit a shot in this game as well. He only played 19 minutes and then went with a bigger lineup because Malik Beasley couldn't really play out there in the game. And it's a big concern for Milwaukee, their defense, especially on the perimeter. They're turning into literally a team that they can't win unless Dame and Giannis both have 30. I think last night was their first game they lost where Dame had 30. I think before that they were like 10-0 when Dame had 30. But yeah, literally they're a team where Dame and Giannis aren't going off and being superstars and dropping 30, 35 points. They're not going to win because defensively they can't hold up, especially against a team like a Knicks that has Jalen Brunson as their primary guy and RJ Barrett on the perimeter. 2 guys that can go get buckets. They just can't really guard it. So Milwaukee really needs something to happen. But also the tough thing about it is they don't really have a lot of picks or a lot of things to go out and make a trade. They don't really have a lot of picks left. They don't have any valuable players that they can give up. The other teams would be like, yeah, we'll give you this guy for him. So they're kind of just stuck a little bit with this team. They're still gonna have Giannis and Dame. And Chris Middleton's getting a lot better. So with those 3, they still have a chance against anybody. But it's just tough when you can't really guard on the perimeter like that. Next, we have the Warriors and Nuggets. The Nuggets win this game 120-114. It's actually a very tight one. But the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray end up closing out this game. Nuggets go to 22-10. They have won 5 in a row. They're all up to second in the Western Conference. While the Warriors fall to 15-15. Their 5-game win streak comes to an end. Looking at team stats, Denver shot 49% from the field. The Warriors shot 46%. Both teams hit 14 threes in this one as well. For the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, 28 points, shot 10 for 18, 3 for 5 from 3. Jokic, 26, 14, and 8. Shot just 4 for 12 from the field, but it was 18 for 18 from the free throw line. The Warriors just did not have an answer for Jokic down low. And yeah, they just had to foul him because they couldn't really do much else. MPJ also 19 and 10, 16 for KCP, 16 and 10 for Aaron Gordon. All starters scored in double figures. Yeah, just a really good all-around team game from Denver. You know, Nikola Jokic, even though he didn't have a great shooting night, was against the free throw line, dominating in other ways. Jamal Murray hitting a bunch of clutch shots. Michael Porter Jr. got off to a great start in this game as well. KCP and Aaron Gordon doing all the little things. Just a really good all-around team win for Denver. They're starting to streak. They won 5 in a row, showing that championship DNA they have. They're starting to ball and put together. The bench still is a question mark. The bench last night didn't really provide a whole lot, but when you have the starting 5 like Denver does, you're going to be in every game. For the Warriors, 22 for Andrew Wiggins to get a couple threes off the bench. He's starting to look a little bit better. This is probably one of his better games of the year. Steph had 18 points, shot just 7 for 21, 3 for 13 from 3. He was a minus 26. Just had a very tough game. One of his worst games of the year. Steph did. He's not been shooting the ball well as of recently, which is crazy because really the whole point of the year was Steph was balling and everyone else wasn't. Now all the other players are starting to pick it up, and Steph is kind of starting to not shoot as efficiently as he was. So they can't just get everyone on the same page. Brandon Pajemski, 13, 9, and 6 with 5 steals. He's been great this season. 13 for Jonathan Kuminga as well. 13 for Chris Paul off the bench. 14 for Darius Sarge. Clay had a tough shooting night, 9 points, shot 3 for 12 from the field. They just didn't really have an answer for Nikola Jokic down low, and then Jamal Murray at the end was just picking them apart. And Steph and Clay, couldn't hit shots when they mattered in this one. So tough. The Warriors have been playing a lot better though. They were just on a 5-game winning streak. They're back to 500. Denver's also playing really well, too. Next at the Celtics and Lakers. Celtics won this game 126-115. They got off to a great start. The Lakers did have a big comeback, made it very tight, but then the Celtics in the fourth quarter, at the end of the third, start of the fourth, they kind of just made big plays. They kind of carried it out for the rest of the game. They go down to 23-6, while the Lakers fall to 16-15. Looking at team stats, Boston shot 51% from the field. The Lakers shot 48%. Both teams hit 13 threes. The Celtics were 21 for 28 from the free throw line. Lakers were 16 for 21. Boston forced 12 LA turnovers and had out-assisted them 31 to 24. For the Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis 28 and 11, shot 11 for 19, 2 for 8 from 3. Kristaps Porzingis is just huge for this team. When KP is out there, they're a completely different team. They're the best team in the league when Kristaps Porzingis plays. That's why in my video I did the other day, the one thing every team needs, I put for Celtics health for Kristaps. Because when he's out there and he's playing, they're a tough team. You make an argument he's been the most impactful player on the Celtics team. He's just so good. He just brings them a new dynamic. Giving to him inside the post. He can knock down the 3. Defensively, he's good. He can just do a lot of different things for the Celtics team. Tatum at 25, 8, and 7. Even though he had a tough shooting night, he was 12 for 13 for the free throw line. 19 for Jaylen Brown. 18 and 11 assists for Derek White. He's been big as well. Drew Holiday also had 18, 7, and 7. Just a great game overall. And Payne Pritchard also had 10 points off the bench in the first half. Just a big game overall. Al Horford also hit a bunch of big shots, or a couple big threes in this fourth quarter, or late in the second half to kind of, propel the Celtics. But yeah, the starting 5 played great. Porzingis was great. Derek White, amazing. Drew Holiday had a really good game. The Jays were doing their thing. And yeah, they're a tough team to beat, man. They're a tough team to beat, man. If they don't win a championship this year, I don't know. This team is just built. They're built for the ring. For LA, 40 and 13 for AD, shot 15 for 26. He had a dominant game down low. Just didn't really have much help. Taurean Prince at 17, he had 5 threes. 16, 9, and 8 for LeBron. Shot just 5 for 14. He had a very tough shooting night. Felt like he wasn't really out there as much as he has been this year. Rui had 12 at the bench. Austin Reeves had 11. But yeah, the Lakers didn't really have the same fight, honestly. AD was out there balling. Taurean Prince was doing this thing sometimes. But after that, it was no one was really around. 3-point shot wasn't really falling. They were turning the ball over. Just letting the Celtics kind of work them. And yeah, Lakers just need some more. They need more. You can definitely tell in this game they need more because they can't really rely on D'Angelo Russell's, Riyad Murray's, Cam Reddish just like they thought they could come into the year. But great win from Boston. Great win from the Celtics. They come in, they're dominated. They're the best team in the league right now. Next, we have the Sixers and Heat. This one was kind of a very, kind of a snoozer of a game for a lot of people because Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler both did not play in this game. But the Heat get the win, 119-113. They got off to a great start. The Sixers definitely had a big comeback. But in the fourth quarter, he put them away. They go to 18-12. The Sixers fall to 20-9. They're 0-4 now without Joel Embiid. Looking at team stats, Miami shot 48% from the field. The Sixers shot 43%. The Heat were 27 for 35 from the free throw line. Sixers were 16 for 25. Miami also rebounded Philly 56-36, including 13 offensive boards. For Miami, Jaime Jaquez 31 and 10, shot 11 for 15 from the field. An amazing game from Jaime. He's just been great. He's been the third best rookie this year. Wemby and Chet are 1 and 2, but Jaime Jaquez is certainly in there and has a conversation for himself. He's just been great doing everything. And even when he got drafted, when he got drafted, I did my draft grades. I said, this is a great pick for Miami. This is a Miami Heat type pick. He's going to come in, and I think he's going to impact the game. And he has been a lot more impactful and dominant than I thought he was going to be right from the jump. He's shooting the ball really well. He's been efficient, making the right plays. Defensively, he's been good. He's just been doing everything, and I tweeted about this. But he's just another example of there's no surprise that a lot of 4-year guys, seniors, get drafted late in the first round, get picked up by a playoff team. All of a sudden, they become impactful, and you're like, dang, how do we let this guy fall down there? There's no surprise. They've been in college for a while. They've seen a lot of games. They kind of built up trust from coaches, built up their talent from the ground up. And they come in and just make impact plays, impact games, winning basketball, do all the stuff like that. And Jaime Jaquez is another example. Why some seniors, even though they might be 21, 22 years old, 4 years in college, they deserve a lot more credit and looks at during the draft process because they come in and they impact games. They come in, they impact teams, they play winning basketball. They know how to sacrifice. They know what their role is. They know how to make the right plays and impact winning. And Jaime Jaquez is another example. He's been amazing at doing it. He's 22 years old, was in UCLA for a while, built up year after year after year, got better. Now he's in Miami, and now he's one of the best rookies. It's no surprise. So yeah, just instead of going after all the young, he's 18 years old, he was number 1 in high school, he didn't have a great college year, but we think he can do his thing. Age, it doesn't really matter. If he could ball, he can ball. And the older seniors that been in college for a while, they deserve a lot more credit and looks during the draft process because Jaime Jaquez is another example of it. He was great. Bam, 26, 15, and 5 with 3 blocks as well. He was great. 22, 6, and 5 for Tyler Hero. 16 for Duncan Robinson off the bench. He had 5 threes. 12 for Kyle Lowry. The 10 boards off the bench for Kevin Love as well. Just good overall team win for Miami. Got off to a great start in the first half. They kind of let it slip a little bit in the third, but in the fourth quarter, they came out, and they balled. Especially Jaime Jaquez, Bam, Kyle Lowry doing some things here and there as well. And for Philly, 27-76 for Tobias Harris. 25 for Kelly Oubre. He had 6 threes. Mo Bamba, 18 points, 3 for 3 from 3 off the bench, 15-7 and 5 for Anthony Mellon. Tough game for Tyrese Maxey, 12 points, shot 4 for 20, 1 for 8 from 3. Very tough game from him. And Philly, obviously they have Joel Embiid, their best player, so that's a thing. And Tyrese Maxey also had a very tough shooting night, so it kind of was left on Tobias and Kelly Oubre and them. They fought hard, especially in the second half. They had a big fight, but just couldn't really stand up to Miami's toughness, And the final game we had, Mavericks and Suns. The Mavs win this game 128-114. Dallas now goes to 18-12. They're 5th in the West. The Suns fall to 14-15. They've lost 3 games in a row. They're struggling. The Mavs had a big fourth quarter, outscoring Phoenix 37-22, putting this game away. Looking at team stats, Dallas shot 54% of the field. The Suns shot 44%. Mavs hit 16 threes. Suns hit 14 threes. Dallas was 22 for 30 from the free throw line. Suns were 20 for 25. Dallas forced 15 Phoenix turnovers. Luka Doncic, 50 points, 6 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. Shot 15 for 25, 8 for 16 from 3, 12 for 12 from the free throw line. Just an absolutely dominant game out there. That was one of the best games I've seen him play. Which is saying something because he's had a lot of amazing games. But Luka was just dominating out there, doing whatever he wanted to the Suns team. Scoring whenever he wanted to. Passing, defending, 4 steals, 3 blocks is big. Efficiently shooting the ball as well. He was just doing it wherever he wanted and really carried this Mavericks team. He's been absolutely insane, and right now he might be the MVP. I think him, Joel are the top 2 right now in MVP. Of course, Jokic is in there, Giannis is in there, Shea is in there, but Luka Doncic, man, he's just been absolutely insane this season. And last night was an insane game from him. Derrick Jones Jr. as well, 23 points, 20 and 10 for Derek Lively, and then 18 and 7 for Tim Hardaway Jr. And they're also doing this without Kyrie. Kyrie hasn't played in a while, of course, with that injury he suffered a while ago against Portland. And they're still winning games and still looking like a good team, which is big. For Phoenix, 32 for Grayson Allen. He had 8 threes, 23 points, 19 rebounds. So Jamesi Vetu off the bench. He was balling. 20 and 10 for Devin Booker. 16, 8, and 7 for Kevin Durant. He just 4 for 11. He has 6 turnovers as well, and then 14 for Eric Gordon. The Suns have been really struggling, which a while ago I was complimenting them for how well because they look really good without Bradley Beal. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker were balling. The role players were balling. They were a top seed in the West without all three of their guys, but now they're kind of starting to struggle a little bit. The role players are starting to kind of not be as good. Houston Nurkic also didn't play in this game, which is a big one. But yeah, guys aren't hitting shots that they used to. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant haven't been as amazing as they have been in the start of the season. They're kind of trying to rely on the role players to step up and help them, guide them to win. But yeah, especially last night, it was just not a very aggressive game, man. Kevin Durant only took 11 shots. Like, Chimezie Metu took more shots than Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That should never happen ever in the history of ever. Should Chimezie Metu be taking more shots than Kevin Durant and Devin Booker? Grayson Allen took 22 shots in this game. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker combined took 25. That should never happen. So, yeah, KD and Book just not being as aggressive. They got to take over. Of course, Bradley Beal still being out for a while hurts this team a lot. They need their full three together. They're not as engaged. They don't look as comfortable and cohesive as they did early in the year, which is very weird how they've lost kind of team chemistry as they've gone throughout the season. But yeah, D-Book and KD need to take over. They need to get healthy, and they need other guys to start doing their thing like they did early in the year. I love the Suns team early in the year because all the other guys are willing to do things to help the team win. And now it's just not really happening like that. I don't know what's going on, but the Suns really need to figure it out, because the West is so tough. Right now, they're outside of the play-in right now. And, of course, we're in December, so they still got a lot of time left to figure it out. But they just need to get healthy, and they need to put it together and play with some energy. Because right now, they're not looking like it. But shout out to the Mavericks for an incredible win and an incredible Luka Doncic game. But, yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you like the content, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. Really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.